Hi, church. This is Kevin and Jennifer Spears, and we just kind of wanted to make a quick video because most of you may have heard by now that we're having to leave the church. This is not something that we are doing willingly, but we've really been given no choice. We have spent the entire Easter weekend just gutted by this because this is our church family. You can't worship and befriend people for 8 or 9 years and be side by side with them and just leave that behind. How do you do that? We love everyone in that church. The people there have the best hearts of any I've ever met. And I don't see how I can willingly just leave that behind. It's our church family. It means the world to us. So I don't want you to think that we're doing this willingly. And thank you very much to the people that have reached out to us. No one, it seems, knows the story, but we're so appreciative for you reaching out to us. It has really helped. I love you all. Thank you very much. We intend to tell the story here, or as much as we know of it, we've pieced it together. We had no idea this was coming. We had no idea that there were secret meetings for weeks and all of these people plotting against us, and we didn't know. We just didn't know, and so it hit us blindsided, and we at first thought that we could overcome the objection of 1 or 2 people perhaps, but when it is your own pastor that is shunning you, you can't overcome that. As best we can tell, someone in the church apparently was offended by the erotic romance that my wife writes. And that was one reason. We're pretty sure there's another. I don't think we've harmed the church any, and if we have, I apologize. I can't imagine it. All I wanted to do was to improve that church in any way that I could, through our time, our resources, our hearts. Basically, if someone was offended, I'm sorry. I really want to explain that my wife wanted to write, and her chances of being published in the romance category were nil. And she knew it. And so she came up with a grand scheme of writing in another subcategory, erotic romance, where she could make a mark there and move into the mainstream later when she had a following and a reputation and an agent. And she's done all of that. And it's been a successful plan. And she's written a mainstream novel that her agent in New York is pushing to some of the other publishing houses now. And at some point, she's going to have enough of a foothold to do that. I think the plan was ingenious, but it apparently offended someone, and that I'm sorry for. But it was used as a focal point. And apparently the other reason that I had no idea of is that we made Pastor Chuck mad because Jennifer, who sang with Christine for 8 or 9 years in the choir and our best friends, has totally embraced Christine and helped her move in and unpack and spent time with her. And apparently that was the sin that is totally unforgivable. And I understand that. I don't like it, but I understand it. We did not see this coming. We had no idea that we would be shunned. The only clue in hindsight may have been a couple of weeks ago, we were told that we needed another surveillance system in the fellowship hall for 4 complete custom systems. and it needed to be put in a hurry. So we did. We did not know at the time that the judgment had already been passed, that the decision had already been made for us to be shunned. And that just doesn't feel right. I feel tricked, but we gave willingly. We always gave willingly. All of the electronics and multimedia and surveillance systems I would do all over again because the church needed those things. I like to feel that I helped someone with what I thought was my ministry in the sanctuary of the videos before service and touching people's hearts. And I loved every minute of doing that. I don't want to quit. I would do it again tomorrow if I were let to do it, because it kept me going. It was the one bright spot in my life. But the people is something that we can't give up. We don't want to lose the people. We've grown to love all of you. And so we have to say goodbye, because we cannot overcome when the pastor shuns us. He won't return phone calls. He won't answer emails. He won't acknowledge us when we're there. And that's what shunning is. I guess so much for open doors, open hearts. We're going to miss you guys. And don't think that we abandoned you. We just didn't have any choice. We love you. Thank you for reaching out to us. We needed to hear it very badly, because I cannot tell you how devastating this is. But we love you, and we wish the best for you. Good luck.